I modify postie bikes for racing. We don't run a battery for weight saving, however a battery is necessary if you're going to run a tachometer. Today I'm going to construct a lightweight lithium ion battery pack complete with a battery management system. These plastic battery holders will provide the base for the pack. The holders have a PCB mount tab on each end of each cell, making them ideal for soldering jumper connections cell to cell. I will be using 3.7 volt 600 milliamp cell. 4 3.7 volt cells gives me a nominal pack voltage of 13.2 volts. I've chosen the higher voltage because we're going to run it as a constant loss system, charging the pack before the meeting, carrying a spare pack with us, and but I'm confident that one pack will last an entire meeting. As I could only purchase these packs in 3-cell and 1-cell variety, I'll be using a hot glue gun to join the cells together and make a 4-cell pack. There we have our 4-cell pack. You can see 2 of the jumper wires joining negative to positive that I've temporarily fitted without soldering to the back of the pack. If having the iPad in the shot is annoying, let me know in the comments and I shan't do it again. Because I'm using the head-mounted camera, it's beneficial for me to be able to see what the camera's looking at. So I normally use my phone sitting on my lap, but that's proved to be troublesome. So I'm trying the iPad today, and I can keep an eye on it out of the corner of my eye, but it's your opinion that counts. If it's troublesome for you, there goes that work light again. It's got a mind of its own, that thing. Okay. I'm using single strand wire out of electrical flex so that there's no current loss at all, and they're quite rigid joiners that are fitted. The outer sheath always moves slightly, so we'll just center it again, and hook on that end. And a hook in that end. So now we have our positive terminal to negative to positive to negative to positive to negative to negative. So we have positive and negative in and output. So we'll just fire up the old electric slobbering iron. Oh, there goes that white work light again. I'll have to investigate that work light, whether it's overheating somehow or just being hard to get along with. Yeah, I just adjusted you a little bit. I decided you couldn't quite see what I was doing. It's not the best pair of side cutters I've got, but the other ones are all packed away in the race toolbox, and I didn't want to dig into it. Many years of stripping wires with side cutters. If you have a look, there's not a nick in the copper anywhere. A lot of people out there will be saying, wow, you shouldn't be doing it like that. Well, I've always done it like that. Okay. Nice fresh solder on the tip and flick it off. Clean the tip as much as you can with solder. You haven't got that oxidised. Just want to have a little bit of this for now. Okay. Just bend the tab of the battery holder, lug out slightly. Okay. Okay. Always get rid of the stale solder off the end of your tip. A good old flick is a good way of cleaning the tip. Initially putting the heat onto the copper wire and then moving across to the tag, because the copper is going to absorb more heat. Okay. Oops, one to go. So onto the copper wire. Made a bit of a mess on that one. Whoa, that's hot. Strange how when things are being soldered they get hot. So at this point we're going to load the cells up. These are nice tight holders. Takes quite some pressure to get the cells in. Now we just run some voltage measurements on the back and make sure that we've got what we expected we would have. In other words, all the joints are right. So I'll put the meter out where you can possibly read it, and so we have a positive side there. And at the end of this shell we should expect 3.7 for 4.05. Now with two cells in the max, 8.13, 3 cells in, 12.24, and 4 cells in, we're topping out at 16 volts. Possibly could have got away with 3 cells, but I want a little bit of longevity. So, and a thachometer will handle 16 volts easily. And of course this is 16 volts off load, so it'll be less on load. So we know that we have our 12 volt pack. Now, if we hold this up, it should run 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're all in the right order. So just let this cool a touch. Might just swap back to the old glue gun again for a minute. It's the second time in 2 days I've tried that trick, plugging 2 male ends into each other. Okay, the glue gun's up to temp, so I don't have to make this pretty. Takes a while for this to I just wait for this to set off a little bit. It's hot when it runs on your finger. There's power negative and power positive, and we have 16.3 volts. Where's B1? So if we go from B negative to B1, we have 4.6. We go to B2, we have 8.2. We go to B3, we have 12.26, and we go to B positive, we have our 16.3. So everything's wired up correctly. So what this board does is it'll charge all the cells, but it'll also charge the individual cells, hence these little wires, and it balances the cells so that each cell's got the same capacity in it. All right. Now, are we going to put it in here or not? This is the question. Okay, so even though those batteries are a very, very tight fit in that holder, I'm going to wrap it around the centre with a wrap and a half of cloth tape. Still undecided about the best way to do this, whether just to wrap the whole pack in cloth tape or not. Now to fit the battery management system board, or BMS, I think I'm just going to tape it onto the outside of the pack. You can see the 4 wires from the BMS going to each cell. What do you think? Do we just wrap it in cloth tape? I have a little bit of heat shrink material here. If I cut off a little bit of it, we slide that into there. Okay. one 12-volt battery. Lithium ion 12-volt battery with a battery minding circuit. So we just, I don't want to peel these back until I've got the proper connectors on the end, but